Well, you've answered pretty much my first three questions, which were how would you describe your current relationship or fandom with football? So thanks for jumping the
Well,
shark on that one, Seb. Come on now, you've got to give me some room to host this thing. You can't just answer everything before I back. Like, that makes you too good a guest, and
I'm
that
a
makes me
veteran
redundant.
interviewee,
As
Lorne.
I was gonna say, this is the problem. I'm starting.
Uh,
I'm a baby in this game, and you've been doing it for literally as long as
I'm teaching you
I've been
hard
aware.
lessons.
Hard lessons.
This will be character building for
But
you,
you
and like
say
you're.
that, you say that. I've just come off the back of one of the worst interviews I've ever conducted. I'm not saying who it was, but I got like an education in that one. So I felt like at least if I asked the tough questions, I'll get my mojo back. But I can't do that if you answer them before I ask them. That is absolutely. I won't stand for it. I'm putting my. Go ahead.
So I can make you feel better. So I remember one of the things I used to find really intimidating was working in the mix zones after football, because that's a place where players come out of the dressing room and they're going to either their cars or, if they're the away team, the coach, and they pass through a kind of a line of media people, and you kind of, if you're a player, be like, Lorne, question for TIFO football, the Athletic, and I used to find it really, really difficult because I'm not, I've become better, but naturally I'm quite shy and quite reserved, and also I didn't find it, like, a lot of the questions that you hear in press conferences and in that kind of environment are quite mundane and sort of, oh, so did you enjoy scoring a goal today? Well, and I was the guy like a lot of inexperienced journalists. I was the guy that I used to try and ask interesting questions, or I did that terrible thing that you must never do of asking a question which wasn't really designed to extract an answer, but to show how much I knew, which is
Right.
just the worst thing
Yeah.
you can do.
Okay.
But the worst experience I had was it was 2017. I was in Poland covering the under-21 European Championship, and it was after England had lost on penalties to the under-21s, and I was down in the mix zone, and I was working that summer for the Evening Standard, and it was imperative that I got quotes, which I was never that guy. I was never a quotes guy. I was a opinions, person, really. Anyway, players going through, and a couple of them are in tears, and they're all very, very upset. And Alfie Mawson came through, the centre back, and he was very, very disappointed, of course. And I was like, Alfie, because I'd asked him a few questions during the tournament. He stopped, and do you know when, dreams you have sometimes where you lose all your coordination, and
Sure.
like you can't put your socks on or something, that kind of stuff. Anyway, well, I was trying to get my iPhone out of my pocket to to start recording, to set up a voice note, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do the slide thing, and then when I did, I couldn't find the right app, and this poor guy whose parents were waiting for him to come out, because they come out to watch him and play for England, and I was just messing about again and again and again, and it went on. It was probably just for about 30 seconds, but honest to God, it felt like about 5 minutes while I'm just sitting there faffing. And when you're in that environment, it's a little bit of free for all. So you get a question, and all these other journalists kind of encroach upon you. Like, in a post-corona world, that feels weird, but that's
Well,
what I was.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're all shoving their microphones, and they want the quotes too, and they want the next question, and so I'm faffing, and I've got no personal space, and like, German journalists and Spanish journalists and, like, radio journalists and all these really important people are trying to. So you've done better than that, no matter how badly that prior interview went. I promise you.